Hi everyone, this is Nikita and welcome to GST Learning Hub. In the last few videos, we saw the basics of GST, wherein we learned what is GST, what are the taxes levied under GST, and how GST is a transaction-based tax. In the video after that, we learned about the concept of levy. Since GST is a transaction-based tax, the levy is on transactions. So, whenever we enter into a particular set of transactions or perform a particular set of acts, GST is charged or levied. In this short video, we'll be covering the concept of time of supply. What do you mean by time of supply and why do you need time of supply in GST? Now, time of supply is necessary so that we can calculate what amount of tax is to be paid to the government or deposited with the government in a particular tax period. Let's take an example. Say for instance, I am a builder and a buyer comes to me with an advance of 10 lakh. Now I take the advance and I issue an advance receipt. But the property, the construction is completed after 1 year. So in this particular transaction, when do I exactly pay tax on 10 lakhs? Do I pay at the time of receipt of advance? Or do I pay at the time when I actually issued the advance receipt? Or do I wait for a year and pay when the supply is completed? These questions are all answered in the provisions of time of supply in GST. Let's take another example. Say I'm a manufacturer of furniture and an order is to be delivered or shipped. On 31st of October, the order is ready to be shipped and I ship it. I raise the invoice on 3rd of November and I receive the payment against this order on 30th of November. So when did I ship it? On 31st of October. When did I actually issue an invoice? On 3rd of November. And when did I actually receive the payment? On 30th of November. So in this particular transaction, when do I deposit tax with the government? Do I consider the date of shipment or do I consider the date of invoicing or do I actually wait till the buyer has actually paid? Now since GST is a transaction based tax, time of supply provisions have to be applied to each and every transaction. Similarly, be it the concept of levy, be it the concept of value of supply, be it the concept of place of supply, all these concepts and all the provisions under these concepts are to be applied to each and every transaction separately. Hope you've understood a little about why do we need the provisions of time of supply. In the upcoming videos, we'll be discussing the concept of value of supply and the concept of place of supply. So, I'll see you in the next one.